Hey guys, today I'm gonna show you how to make a Voldemort wand from Harry Potter. I've made this one out of wood and polymer clay, and I'll show you exactly the steps that I took to making it. So first thing you'll need is just a little wooden stick, roughly 12-13 inches long, some polymer clay. I've used original Sculpey, but I definitely recommend Super Sculpey or Sculpey 3. And you'll just need a drawing of the wand that you're trying to do, and some acrylic paint. So basically I just took the little wooden stick and I just used an electric sanding machine to try to get the basic shape. So anything that I could make to make it a little bit more pointy, and then I just finished it up by hand. So first thing, you'll just take the Sculpey clay, start kneading it quite a bit before it can start sticking on itself and start being workable. And the stick that I used here was really a little bit short, so basically I just made a little imprint in the clay and just added a little shish kebab stick to try to add another inch or two to the length in total. But definitely, if you're gonna do that, I'd recommend making or using a drill to make a hole in the bigger stick first before putting the other one in, instead of just sideways, because sideways it was basically in the way for half the time of the sculpting. And it's a lot easier if you make the wand into two pieces. So basically the thick part of the bone and a little second piece for the inside of the bone. And the end was always kind of a little bit droopy because of the clay that I've used. So again, this was the original Sculpey, which is quite a bit too soft. So if you use Sculpey 3 or Super Sculpey, it's a much harder clay, so when you make a shape, it's a lot more likely to hold its shape instead of drooping when you're working on another place on the wand. Especially here, I have to work quite a bit to try to get it all standing on itself kind of thing, or not bending over. And since the little shish kebab was on the side instead of kind of driven right into the bigger stick, it's always in the way. So definitely don't do like me and make a hole in the wooden stick first, the bigger one. Just a little cupcake for energy. And I thought that the top of the bone was a little bit too small, so after looking at the picture, I just added quite a bit and a few times. Adding some little details here and there. And of course there's much better tools than using just a paintbrush to try to get the right shape of it. Thought for a first shot it looked pretty good, but after thinking about it, I thought it was still a little bit too fat, so I just took a dental floss thing and just started taking off more. making the top just a little bit bigger still. And then to get better details, I used actually like a metal straw cleaner, and the tip was like a round plastic piece, and did a really good job. And after that, I basically baked the wand for about half an hour, 45 minutes. So it was all nice and hard and ready to be painted. I basically just used a mix of white and brown, I think, for the first coat. But even after painting the whole thing, I thought that the details didn't show enough. So I just repainted the whole thing black, so that when I start doing the colors over it, the black would kind of show a little bit, the little creases in it. And then between each coat I just used a hair dryer, so it just took about 30 seconds to dry instead of waiting for 15-20 minutes. And basically painting it, it pretty much covered the whole black that I had put underneath, so that didn't really work too well. I'm probably not the best or most skillful painter yet. To get the right color for the wand, basically don't put just white. So I just use a little bit of yellow, a little bit of brown, a little bit of white. And then I just mix some dark brown with a lot of water to try to fill up the little holes in the wand. Try to make it look a little bit more bony. And this is the final product. So I thought it looked pretty good for a first try, trying to make this wand. And it's definitely something pretty much anyone can do at home in about an afternoon. I'll put a link at the bottom of all the materials that I've used to making the wand. And if you like the video, don't hesitate to click like or subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next nerdish thing that I make. Thank you.